Aloha friends, welcome to my channel. This is Shamanti, and this is a special reading that Spirit has guided me to open up to. It's something that I hold near and dear to my heart, so I feel like there will also be messages coming through for self in this reading. And if you haven't read the title, this is the Spirit Baby Messages. So these are messages that are coming through from your spirit babies. So if you are experiencing pregnancy symptoms, if you are in and if you are, they're telling me with child, thank you. They want me to redirect that. For some reason, the word pregnancy is not resonating in these higher frequencies, in these higher dimensions. And so they've had me shift to with child. So if you are with child and or children, and you've been having some doubts, or you haven't been able, you wanted to connect to your child and you haven't been able to, or if your spirit babies have been coming through, or spirit baby has been coming through and wanting to connect with you, but you haven't been able to receive the messages, then this reading is for you. Pardon my pauses, because there is a lot of different energy coming through for this reading, and I feel like they're going to be really powerful messages for those of you that are tuned in. And I am hearing we may do a little energy healing as well. So alrighty, with that being said, go ahead and take a moment and see which one of these three affirmations resonates for you the most. We have I am confident, I am important, and I am closer than yesterday. All right, so take a moment, tap in, see which one of those is calling to you. I will start with I am confident, and we'll work our way through the other two. Timestamps will be in the description. Aloha and welcome back to those of you who chose I am confident. I am confident. Now, this is the affirmation that your baby or babies are bringing you. Oh, goodness, there is a lot of energy around this. I'm feeling a lot of sadness, a lot of shame, a need to let go. I'm hearing these spirit babies that are coming through for you all. I'm hearing them say, please just let go. They want you to love yourself, to put more time and energy and effort into you. For those of you who are getting ready to give birth, they're saying that there is a lot of energy around wanting to make sure that everything is right for them, for your child. And your spirit baby is coming through and saying, please focus more on you, because when you are focused on nurturing and loving and caring for yourself, it will radiate through to your spirit baby. Now, I'm also getting a bit of mixed energy here, so I do want to verify. I am going to use my pendulum, so I will show you how I use it. So can you please show me well, first of all, am I connected to my highest self? All right, and can I please see a yes? So yes is a circle. Can I please see a no? No is when it stands still. And can I please see a maybe? Maybe is side to side. Okay. The Spirit told me put my hand in here so that you can actually see that I'm not moving my hand or doing anything with it. This is the energy that is coming through. So all right, so in this reading, is this specifically for mamas who are currently with child, that have a child growing in their belly? Yes. Okay. Is there any energy coming through for mamas that have, okay, they're saying there's no other energy come through. That's why we said yes. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. I felt some mixed energy, so they're probably coming from the other piles. Okay, so let's tap back into the I am confident. All right, so I'm like, okay, well then what was that all about, Spirit? Because I always feel like there's whatever happens during these readings or during my sessions, whether it's a healing session or reading, I always feel like whatever happens outside of it is in connection with the session itself. So I asked, what was the point of that? And they said, trust. Your spirit child is coming through and not only asking you to put more love and time and attention and energy and effort into yourself, but they're also saying trust that everything is going to work out exactly how it is supposed to. Trust that your baby is going to be born healthy and whole and vibrant. And they are coming through with a much, much higher frequency. My third eye is just penetrating right now. I don't even know a better word because I feel it just pulsing. Thank you, pulsing. And the energy that's coming through is so strong. So they want you to trust in yourself and to use this affirmation, I am confident, until you actually believe it. So you can take a screenshot of this photo, of this card if you'd like. You can write it out for yourself. You can write it in your bathroom mirror so you see it when you're in, getting ready for the day, whatever it may be. But they're saying, I am confident is an affirmation that they want you to speak into existence. Okay. Then we have a goddess card that wanted to come through, and it is the goddess Kali. Okay, so it says, I embrace the light and dark. Together, they make me whole. Yes, so there is some energy coming through. Your spirit baby wants you to know that they love you in all versions of you, through the darkness, through the light. Your spirit baby is coming in to say, you are perfect and whole in every part of your being, and they're wanting you to accept that. So there's some shadow coming up in self-acceptance and self-love and being supportive for yourself. Maybe not just appreciating the journey, but also giving grace to lower versions of yourself, giving love to the versions of you who made decisions that maybe you're not so proud of now. If there's anything that's coming up that you feel like there's shame or guilt around, they want you to love those parts of you. Surrender into that and give those lower versions of you love. So maybe there's a time in your life where you felt like you weren't you weren't putting your best foot forward, and because of it, it's brought on some guilt and or shame. And they're saying, go back and love that part of you, because that part of you is what got you here to where you are now. And your spirit baby would not have chose you to be their mama portal if they felt like you were out of resonance, or if they felt like they couldn't love both the dark and the light within you. So they're saying, do that for self. If you need to call on the goddess Kali, she is wonderful at coming in and just firing things up and helping you go deep to let go of some of those dense emotions that you may be still holding within you. Okay, and then we have illusion. And what they're saying with this card is, it's get out of your head. Get out of your head, because what you've felt in your body is absolutely 100% truth. Now, just because there has been this illusion that has come over you because of what other people are saying, or how other people live their lives, or what they would have done, or whatever it may be that's outside of you, they're saying, don't get trapped in this mind space. Don't get trapped in the illusion of what others believe is makes you whole or makes you you. Be in your own energy. Be in your heart space. Know that what you are feeling going on inside of you is absolute truth. So if you feel, I'm going to give you an example because they're bringing this in. They're saying, if you feel like everything is good and there's no reason to worry, and there's, you don't have to do anything extra, don't do anything extra. Just because other people have had different experiences doesn't mean that their experience is yours. Trust in your body. Trust in your body. This is what they're wanting to bring through. That's why the I am confident came through. Your babies chose you as the portal, or your baby chose you as the portal. And they're saying, trust in your body. Let your body lead. And from that space, you'll be able to surrender into your own heart space. Okay, and then we have action coming through with the power of love. And it says, you have the courage to express the unique, loving colors of your soul. So yes, all the colors. It's like everything that makes you you, and that includes the shadow. That includes the things that you've grown through in this lifetime. And they're saying it's okay to be all of you, completely whole. This is why they chose you. Everything about you, whether it's the ancestry that they're coming into, whether it is whatever situation you're growing through in your life or you've been through, your baby chose you as the portal, and they're wanting you to fully express who you are and be in your authenticity when they come through. Now, to help you out with that, they are saying focus on your breath. Focus on your breath. Bring some life force back into your body. Allow yourself to disconnect from any media, disconnect from technology, and take time to just tap out. They're actually pointing this out right now. I didn't realize it before, but they're saying, like, look at the tub there. It almost looks like one of those float pods. So perhaps if you can look in your area and there is like a float pod or sensory deprivation tank experience that you can get into, they are recommending it because it's something that you can, if you've never seen them, they're like these pods of like you go into your own room and then there's a pod inside of the room, and you can either keep it open or you can close it up, and you can play music in there. There's lights in there, and there are like tons of Epsom salt in there, so it makes your body feel amazing. But what it does is it mimics going back into the womb. So it takes you into a really soft, restorative, nurturing space. And they're saying that would be really good for you. If you are in the San Diego area, True Rest is one place where they, it's a float pod place, and they are offering discounts right now. That just so happened to come to me today. So like I said, everything is divine when I do these readings, because the message is coming through that this would be really good for you. And I just so happened to see it today. So, okay, moving on, we have belief. Make it real. Yeah, it's like there's some doubt, or maybe there's some, not maybe, they said take out the maybe. There's some fear around you being who you are, expressing who you are, and not just believing in it, but knowing, having that deep inner knowing. Make it real, right? Whatever you've been feeling, whatever you've been growing through in regards to your spirit baby or babies, make it real. Make it real, right? Everything starts in the spiritual, and then it moves, and we anchor it down into earth realm. And they're saying everything that you've experienced up until now, it's absolute truth. But in your mind, you need to make it real, because there are some doubts, and those doubts are coming from the shadows. Those doubts are coming from self-sabotage, self-punishment, outside energies, people telling you have to do this, you have to do that, or there's so much energy around mothers, and I feel like right now we are breaking through this threshold with the divine feminine, and the feminine is fully taking her power back, and that is a part of this. So they're saying make it real. Let go, not let go, thank you. Embrace that shadow self, embrace all the parts of you, because your spirit baby already has. They know, and they trust in you, and they've chosen you for a purpose. So they want you to surrender into that. Okay. Interesting. 2 of these cards wanted to come out. So they have 2 messages with this deck. And the first one is a new perspective. Let's see if I can get it to focus. There we go. Okay, so it says, though you may not see it, you are a jewel. What you consider to be imperfect is your illusion. You shine eternally, even in darkness. Focus on your inner light to discover truth and wisdom that are unique to you. Your awareness is expanding, and dimensions and spiritual pathways are opening. So they're saying all of this. It's like, they're like, Mama, trust in yourself. Trust in what you're feeling. Even you are you eternally, even in your darkness, even in that shadow. You are everything that they have chosen, and they want you to love yourself through that. Okay, the other message that came through is soul light. And it says, a relationship may seem less than perfect, yet from the perspective of your soul, this relationship is here to help you grow. Greater understanding and compassion help, but at the same time, stand up for yourself and your rights. Listen to and be guided by the light of your soul. Okay, so I feel like this is around people who maybe have tried to project what they're feeling about your, what's going on in your body right now, or what you've been growing through in regards to bringing this spirit baby into, earth realm, being the portal for them to fully come through. And I'll tell you, these babies that are coming through now, they are super high vibrational. There are things that they want cleared. There are pathways that they want opened up before they actually come into earth realm. So they are saying, there are people around you that maybe have set you off balance or made you disbelieve or get into the energy of not fully trusting in yourself and trusting in your body. And they're saying that's okay. That's a part of this journey as well. And they also are going to be able to learn through this experience. But they're saying, listen to and be guided by the light of your soul. So within you, what are you feeling? And they keep saying, tap into the body. Like literally they're showing me just hugging and like caressing, grabbing on your arms, on your legs, like on your belly, just feeling into your body and having a deeper connection with your body. Because I feel like those of you that chose this pile, you had a very strong connection with your body before. And since everything has been shifted through this experience, there's been some disconnect with your body, and they're wanting you to tap back in. All right, and we have the desert. Yeah, and look at this like beautiful image that's moving through. Oh, it's a swing. They're like, look, it's a swing. Let me go a little bit closer. So, okay. So what's interesting is the first thing I saw when I saw this, and I guess it was just my eyes, but I saw like a horse running through the desert. And so that happened, they're telling me, for a reason, because we are coming upon the year of the horse. Oh, they said, look at the number 2, number 13. So we have number 13 here, which is divine feminine. Yeah, they're saying tap into that feminine energy, and the energy of the horse is bringing in abundance. And look at all of the glowing, vibrant energy that's coming through with this card. And they're pointing out the 3. So the 3 birds here, maybe you're having triplets, or this is your 3rd child coming in, but the 3 is significant. And then when I pulled back and I saw this swing, what came through is they want you to play more. It's like things have been very serious for a long time, and this whole experience has shifted you, and they're just wanting you to bring more love and joy and play back into self. All right, we have every new experience helps me grow and learn. So they're saying with this energy, know that no matter the experience and the way that it's all shaped up to be for you, go back and give love for this journey, for this whole experience of bringing in these divine souls, or divine spirit babies that are are coming in with a purpose, with they're going to be coming in fully understanding what they're here for, not tapped out, and just ready to live their purpose from a very, very young age. They're also going to be their skills, I'm careful the way I say this, because they're saying like their skills are going to be heightened, so they may start doing things sooner than what you would call like the average child. Now, I have a hard time saying that because I don't fully believe that there's such a thing as an average child. I feel like everyone is unique in their own right, and it's up to us as caretakers, as mamas, to allow our children to experience life to the fullest, right? To experience all of the things and just be there to support them through it. So I feel like this is them telling you, okay, they're like, you're not feeling, we're telling you, thank you, spirit babies, to look back at the journey and how far you've come and how much it has changed your direction and your focus, and know that again, they keep going back to this, like, we would not have chosen you if this wasn't meant to be, if this wasn't meant to happen. So I feel like maybe some of you are worried that your babies are not going to make it into Earth Realm, and that is not true. These babies are absolutely coming in. They have chosen you. They will be here. And they want you to surrender into that divine feminine energy, that energy of rest and self-love and nurturing and embracing every part of you. Right, we have stretch and expand. Yes, these babies are coming through as these just vibrant little light beings, and there's so much energy that is moving through with them. So if you've been waiting, maybe you haven't had the what people would call an average pregnancy, and things are taking longer, or the timelines are odd, it's because they're needing you to open up and continue to expand, to be able to hold their frequency, and to be, here's the thing, when you embrace every part of you, whether it was what someone would call good or bad or ugly or whatever it may be, whatever parts of you that you're struggling with accepting for yourself, or feeling like others wouldn't accept you if they knew, when you embrace that, one, you give the opportunity to others for them to embrace it too. And two, there's no boundary that anyone can break through at that point, right? Because if you're like, this is me, this is who I am, I'm putting it all on the table, no judgment, no self-judgment, no shame, no guilt, no disgrace, no disgust, none of that energy is coming through, well, then you're open to experiencing everything that these babies come through with. And if these babies are super talented or doing things quicker than the average baby, you may have people that are naysayers, or this is coming through as well. There are some higher dimensional spirit babies that are coming in and are coming in as non-communicators, and it's not because they're not able to communicate. It is because communication can get lost in translation, and they're coming through with a higher purpose. So they're going to be communicating telepathically. They're going to be connecting with you in a different form than what we're used to here on Earth. So it is going to feel very different, and you will have to be able to stand your ground and be firm in your boundaries, to not let anyone else make you feel any type of way, like your child is behind, or your child isn't doing this right or that right. And for you to step up and say, my child is doing exactly what they came here to do, and I'm okay with it, right? Your spirit baby just wants you to be in a good place. And if you remember back to childhood at all, I feel like everyone experienced this at some point. The only thing a child wants, like really wants, from their caretakers when they're young is for their caretakers to be happy, and for them to give them love and attention, right? So if you grew up in a household where your caretakers weren't happy, where they were stressed out, where there were things going on in the household, the child feels that and they take that energy on. And so they're saying, we want you in a good space so that we can come in and fully step into our purpose and not have to work through some of the stuff that, being the support. Thank you, being the support system. Okay, let's go 2 more cards here. So we have mountains. Yeah, see, stand your ground. It's like what's coming through. I feel like these babies are going to be so different than what the average person or average household is used to. And because of that, you're going to need to stand your ground. You're going to need to have some firm boundaries. You're going to need to not, cancel, clear the knot, free yourself from allowing anyone to create this illusion, to get in your head, to make you believe something that is not true because of their experiences and the stuff that they've been through. All right, and then we have patience. Of course, this would be the last card to come through. Patience. The angels are asking you to be patient. What is meant for you will not pass you by. So these spirit babies, for those of you that chose this pile, these are some super high vibrational souls that are coming in, and they're saying, please just be patient. There are a lot of transitions that are needing to happen. They're showing me all of these butterflies. I don't know if you can see them. My light is shifting. But there are so many butterflies here, and they're like, we're shifting. Oh, there's 3. Is there more than 3? No, they're like, look again, there's 3. Yeah, so 3. So 3 babies, your 3rd child, whatever that 3 means. Maybe March, the 3rd month of the year. But definitely 3s. Oh, and they're telling me also they do come to you through 3s. So if you're seeing even denominations of 3, so 3s, 6s, and 9s, that is your spirit babies connecting with you. Okay, any last messages that the spirit babies from this pile want their mamas to receive? They said you are deserving. You are deserving. You are so worthy. Oh, it's gonna make me emotional. You were so worthy, and that is why we chose you as the portal. So please just have patience. Allow yourself to rest. Open up to be able to receive, and work through embracing all of you and being confident in who you are completely, so that you'll be able to hold these firm boundaries for us. Oh, such a lovely message. Thank you all for tuning in. Until next time, adios. Welcome back to those of you who chose I am important. I am important. Now, this is an affirmation that your spirit baby is asking you to utilize. I am important. Okay, so what they're telling me is that you have a tendency to put other people first, to worry about what other people think in regards to you. And they're saying, no, you, mama, you are important. And it's time for you to put all that love and affirmative energy that you put into others back into self. So calling this in every day, I am important, right? My needs are important. What I need, what I feel, what I'm growing through is important. They're really wanting you to tap into that, because they're telling me you just spend so much time taking care of others that you tend to put yourself on the back burner. You tend to put the things that you need aside so that you can be there for others. And they're like, no, mama, we want you to know you are important, and we need you to be in that energy of knowing that there are going to be times where you need to put you need to fill your own cup. You need to put that love and effort and energy back into you, even when the babies come through. So these spirit babies are saying, even when we have been birthed and we are there, we still want you to know that you are important, and that there are things that you need to do for self so that you can be the best support system for us. Usafa tamanata tashkata amanafutumaniti is kitianata tashkata amfutamana arapatuputututututushkata habanafutabaneti is kitianana araftamana kashtutu tutumanakati ashkatanana. Okay, so just some solar plexus activation that they wanted me to do there for you. All right, and then we have Jackie coming through, and it says, I take the time to be still and to calm my soul. Yeah, so this energy feels like you are someone who is constantly go, 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 get things done, feeling like eventually you're going to be able to rest once your baby or babies make it here into Earth Realm. And they're like, no, like slow down now. Don't do it when we're there. Don't do it for us. Do it for you. You need that energy. You need that calmness. You need that stillness. You need that rest. You are important. Okay, and then we have sound. Specifically the throat. They're telling me for the birthing, and this is true in all birthing experiences, the more vocal you're able to be, the more you open up and release energy and are able to shift through whatever energies are wanting to move through you as you grow through, as your baby comes through the portal. And so they're saying tap more into your voice. They want you to use your voice. Now, I feel like this is coming out in two ways. So I want to confirm. Yes, they're saying, one, they want you to use your voice to say, I am important. Right? Maybe there are people in your lives that are telling you, oh, we have to do this or you have to do that, or constantly wanting you to help them juggle their lives. And it's like taking a step back and setting a boundary and saying, you know what? I'm important also. I value you and I value me. And right now I need rest. I need to connect with my body. I need to disconnect from the hustle and bustle of always getting things done or being there to support others. I need to be in my energy. So speaking that truth into existence. Also, they're telling me something that's going to be very calming for you is listening to sound frequencies or sound resonance. They're even telling me it doesn't necessarily have to be a frequency. It can be just music that you love, music that you enjoy singing out loud to, whatever that may be for you. Tap into that voice by tapping into music. It really is going to help. Okay, and then we have integrity. You demonstrate the truth and honesty of your soul and manifest love with every action. Yeah, so what are you doing to show love to yourself? Because right now they're telling me that it feels a little off. It feels like you're not being in integrity to yourself, to what you need or what you want. So maybe it's as simple as saying no to someone. If they ask you to go somewhere or do something for them, or, you know, they say, you know, I need your help doing this. Maybe it's as simple as when you want to say no, instead of pushing through it and doing it to help others, allowing yourself to pull back and say, you know, I really need rest tonight, or I really need to just pull back and be in my own energy. I'd love to hang out with you, and I need to make sure that I fill my cup up right now because I am important. They keep bringing me back to that. I am important. Okay, and then we have I get plenty of rest. Yeah, it's like they want you to pull back. You've been doing a lot of work for others, and I feel like this is family, and this could be other children that you have, your spouse, but also I feel like this is more extended family as well. Like other people that are growing through things in their lives right now. And right now it's a tricky time. There's a lot of karma coming up to be cleared, and a lot of people are growing through their shadows, and they're like, sometimes you just need to tap out. You need a little like rest, like pull back and allow yourself to even just visualize yourself on like a nice, warm, sunny beach in a tropical space where it's quiet. All you hear are the waves, smell the flowers, relax in this hammock. They're like, take yourself into this drawing and be in that space so that you can tap back into self, because I feel like there's been some disconnect with yourself through all of this. Okay, and then we have illumination. So yeah, this is, I feel like you shine a light for a lot of people in your life, and it's time for you to shine that light for self. It's time for you to be the support system for you, to speak that out and to let people know that if you continue to go, there's going to be a breaking point. And instead of getting to that breaking point, pull yourself back now and allow yourself to rest. Allow yourself to breathe. They're saying, I feel like those of you that chose this pile are like constantly on the go, doing something, getting something done, and just really either don't feel like you don't have the time to rest because maybe you say yes to everybody. You haven't learned how to say no, how to set some boundaries, or you're avoiding being in that restful state. Now, I will say that in rest, it does bring up some emotions, right? If you're somebody who is like constantly getting things done and always on the go, when you take that moment to rest, it can feel overwhelming. But the more you rest, the more you can fully drop into it, and you won't feel that overwhelm as you continue to move forward. Okay, and then we have reaching out. This makes so much sense. It says, share your concerns, insecurities, and fears with those that you love and trust. Nothing is so dark that it cannot be talked about. Be courageous and reach out. You may discover that others have had similar feelings and experiences. You may also realize that you are very much valued and loved. Yeah, so it's like, if you are constantly doing for others and others are accepting that, there's is a love in that for you. If there's giving me the energy of like, if you went to someone and you're like, look, I haven't had any time to rest. I'm on the verge of breaking down and I just need to vent. Venting is so good. I have a folder on this channel that says knowledge is power, and there is, I believe I put it in there, hopefully I did, but let me explain it real quick. There was a video that was talking about venting, right? We used to vent our emotions, we used to vent our feelings. That's us letting it out of the body so the body can relax. And a lot of people have stopped venting. They keep things to themselves. They bottle it up. They don't want to burden anyone else. But when you vent, when you get it out, when you reach out for help, or you just say, I've taken on too much and I just need a day off. I need a day to myself. I need to just decompress. There are going to be people that will be able to help you out with that and will be supportive and loving with you through that. And I feel like you know that, but hearing it is, it helps. It definitely helps. Okay, and then we have the storms. Yeah, so your spirit baby is saying it. These storms, like if you feel like you've been growing through these storms, or you feel like it's just one thing after another, or you haven't had time to slow down, it's okay, because it's bringing in great change. It's cleansing and clearing the path for them to come through. And so know that they are in support of you. They're even telling me, reach out to them. Reach out to your spirit baby before you go to bed at night, or when you rise up in the AM. Reach out to them. Speak with them. Tell them, speak with them. Tell them how much you love them. Tell them, that, have them help you work out, rest, and transition through this. let me have, I speak up for myself and my needs. You guys, I cannot make this up. These cards are just so in tune. It's like, yes, they want you to pull back from doing so much for everyone else. You are important. Do for you and allow others to do for you as well. I feel like there are others that want to come in and be supportive of you, but when you look like you have it all together, it's kind of, it's not necessarily hard, but it is harder for them to see how much you're struggling or how much you're growing through if on the outside you are constantly showing like you have it all together. You know, they're bringing up this energy, so I'll share it with you. When I was young, I remember like having a conversation with my mother and saying, you know, there were times where I needed you to be a mother and support me through things that I didn't know how to get through. And my mother said, oh, well, you were always so independent. I never, like, you were the one that I didn't worry about because you had so much independence and you always were like the go-getter and the one that was getting things done. And that was great, but I never knew that you were struggling or that you needed more support because you played it off so well. And I feel like this is what like your loved ones are saying to you. Like, they have no idea that you are running on empty, or that, you know, like they're showing me like the duck where they're paddling super fast underneath the water, and on top it just looks still. And so they're like, open up, speak it out, and let people know what you need, and then that will come through and help you get some rest. I feel like that is the most important thing with this reading. Oh my gosh. Retreat and recharge. Retreat and recharge. Yeah, you need rest. Those of you that chose this pile, you are in deep need of some R&R. And these are your spirit babies coming through to say, Mama, just rest. Please rest, right? There's going to be a time when you are going to be go for a while, right? After babies are birthed, they do need a lot of attention. They do need a lot of our time. And so they're saying right now, allow yourself to fully rest and disconnect from the need of getting things done, being on the go all the time, feeling like you need to do all this stuff before the babies come, you know, are birthed, and just allow yourself to be. And then we have Heart Guardian, and it says love and let yourself be loved. Yeah, so I'm feeling it actually. Oof, right in my high heart space. It's like there's this opening up for, they're showing me the rose. I didn't even see that. So you see the rose right here that she's holding, and she's holding it on her right side. It's like, it's always for others. It's always, you've always done for others. You've always been that support system for others. And they're like, open up your heart and allow people to do for you. It's not that people don't want to. It's just that you look and feel like you have it all together. You're really good at creating that mirage of the duck floating calmly on the water when everything underneath is chaotic and there's a lot of movement and a lot of moving pieces. And so they're saying open up to allowing other people to come in and help you and be your support system through this. All right, and then we have reviewing relationships. Okay, and they're showing me the number 13, which is the divine feminine energy. So this is you stepping into your power and being able to discern in the relationships that you have, right? Who is going to be supportive of you? If you stop doing for others and they get upset about that because you need rest for yourself, maybe they're not meant to be in your life, or maybe they're just not meant to be in your life right now. Maybe there needs to be a shift in that dynamic where you can have others that are supportive of you and will allow you to pull back and rest and won't take it personally, won't feel like you're doing them an injustice by wanting to take care of yourself, because you are important. You are important. Alrighty, any last messages from the spirit babies of these mamas watching this reading? They're saying develop a support system. Develop a support system. So start off small. Maybe this is your support system. Just hearing these messages. I love being here for you all. I have plenty of timeless readings on my channel, so you can tap in, see if there's anything that comes through for you in those. And some of them do have healing activations or transmissions. Allow me to be your support system, even if this is all you have right now. And then slowly it doesn't have to happen overnight. You don't have to like flip a switch and everything changes, but allow others to come in and start supporting you. And the way you do that is by being honest and vulnerable with self, being in your integrity of, I've taken on too much. I need rest. I need to pull back. I need to take care of myself, and allowing other people to help with that. They are showing me the moon energy too. So we have this like new moon energy here and here, and then we have the full moon energy here. And so they're just saying the cycles, allow yourself to move through these cycles, move through these storms. They are cleansing and clearing out anything that is not in resonance for you after you give birth to these babies. Alrighty. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time. Adios. Aloha, friends. Welcome to those of you who chose I'm closer than yesterday. I'm closer than yesterday. Okay, so the message that the spirit babies are bringing through is to find joy in where you are at. Find joy in the journey that brought you to this very moment, because there have been some ups and downs. There has been a lot that has shifted, and they're telling me a lot that has shifted out. It's like you've been shedding things that are not in resonance for these spirit babies to come through, to be birthed into earth realms. So they are saying, remind yourself every day that I am closer than yesterday, and look back at the journey that you've taken or that you've been on to get to this very point. All right, and then we have Bastet coming through as the goddess, and it says, I approach every day with flexibility and strength. Now, if you don't know much about Bastet, she is an Egyptian goddess, and the energy that she brings is protection over fertility and mamas to be. So it's very it's ideal that she came out during this reading. And again, I don't look at these cards before I tap into them for the reading, so I'm seeing this for the first time now coming out as well. And they're saying, call on Bastet and allow her into your home to be your strength. I feel like there's a lot of outside energy that you're surrounded by. So maybe you have other people in the home that are, they're telling me naysayers, like talking about negative experiences that they've had, that their friends have had, that other family members have had. And it's bringing a lot of confusion to you. It's like a lot of overthinking and tapping out of your heart space. So they're saying, call in Bastet for her strength and flexibility to not attach to the things that other people, well, specifically other people's experiences. They're saying, the babies are saying, just because someone else had that experience doesn't mean that experience is yours. And I had a friend at the time who came to me and said, well, aren't you worried that your life is going to end up like this? Because I had a cousin that blah, blah, blah. And in that moment, I knew, I'm like, that is not my experience. That is your cousin's experience and something that they chose to grow through in this lifetime. I know and trust in what is best for me. And even though I was able to say that in the moment, it did affect me. It did affect me. There were a lot of people saying things around me that totally got into my head and affected me and lowered my vibration. And so your babies are coming through with this example, because they're saying every time you let someone get in your head, you pull away from your journey. And there's this, it takes away a little bit of that strength and durability that you have to be able to push through this. So okay, they want me to cancel that word push, to be able to grow through this. Thank you. Grow, blossom, even better, blossom through this. All right, and then we have divine consciousness. Yeah, so expand. They're saying open up. You have a very special connection with spirit, and you have an inner knowing, like, just like, when this friend was telling me about her cousin's experience, I knew that was not my experience. I had a connection with source. I knew that my experience was going to be different, and yet I allowed some of that energy to cloud my vision. And they're saying, just look up. They're even saying look up into the night sky. It definitely helps. And sun gaze. They're bringing through sun gazing. They're like, if you are up early in the AM, get out and get that fresh air and gaze at the sun as it's rising. If you're able to gaze at the sun as it's setting, it is going to bring in some of those light codes to help you move through this, because there's a lot of energy, outside energy, that is not yours. A lot of fear. It's like people experience things and then they hold on to those fears, and then they project those fears onto others. And that's what I'm feeling with this pile, is there are other people that are projecting their fears onto you. And they're saying, no, like, just keep the path. Just keep moving, and let go of those things that everyone else is saying. All right, and then we have joy. You delight in the love of life and bring a spirit of fun to all that you do. So tapping into that space, it's like, there's so much overthinking right now that overthinking brings you out of the joy of actually bringing these beautiful babies into earth, like birthing these beautiful babies and experiencing the joy of the transition in your body, the transition in your soul or in your being. So they're wanting you to be able to experience more joy, and by doing that and to do that, they're saying let go of the thoughts. Literally, you can tap on your temples. Just take your 2 fingers on each side and tap on the temples and allow some of that energy to move through you. Ayana tafamana tashata tafu fushini ayana ke tafataman tutush that day and tataya tequina arafatama tutushig kedayana tatata inenia. Yes, there's so many thoughts. So they're saying let go of what is not yours. Then we have, I make the perfect decisions for my baby. Yes. So it's like you know what is right. You know what is best for you. You know what is best for your baby. Let go of all of that other, I'm trying to find the right word because I want to say junk or nonsense. And they're like, well, yeah, just let go of the things that are not in resonance with you. So, the friend that I had that said, oh, it's like this, or it's going to be like that, or my cousin experienced blah, blah, blah. In that moment, I knew it wasn't my truth. And yet I still held on to it. So by the time the next person came along and said, oh, I experienced such and such, or I had to do blah, 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 then it just added on to that experience, and it became so overwhelming to get all of that energy out of me. And so they're saying, no, right now, no, trust and know that you make the best decisions for you and your baby. And tap into that, tap into connecting with your highest self to make the best decisions as you move forward. And y'all, what has been done in the past, what has been done in other generations is not going to be the same for what we are doing moving forward. And there are magical pregnancies that have happened, or I'm going to say, they said I can use that for now, thank you. Magical pregnancies that have happened throughout time and space that mothers were in fear of sharing because they didn't know how the population, the general population, was going to take them, or if they were going to add their burdens to them or make them feel some type of way or add those negative thought patterns to their brain. So it's like, you know what's best, tap out of everything else and tune more into self. You see, she's kind of like tapped out from the world and she's just reading her book there. Okay, and then we have magic, just as I said it. Oh my goodness, magic. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. You know, they're bringing up this energy. I had a family member that had gotten a couple of C-sections, and then really she did it because everyone around her said, like, oh, you have to do this, or it's safer for the baby, or you should do this. And in her heart, she felt like she was fully capable of having a free birth, of being able to birth without, or being able to have being able to bypass, thank you, the C-section and to do it naturally. And she felt that in her body, but everyone around her, including her partner, kept telling her, no, you need to do this, you need to do this. And it was so overwhelming. And it got in her headspace that now, you know, she's convinced that every child that she has to tap into that. And they're like, no. Anything is possible. There are many, many mothers who have gotten procedures done and then afterwards decided that they didn't want to do it again. Or maybe they did do a free birth and then they decided they wanted to be in the hospital. You can shift it up any way you want. It is all magic. And y'all, I've said this since I was a young child, that it always truly fascinated me how babies grow in the womb and how they're brought into this world. It felt always so alien-like to me. And when you take a step back and you think about it, and you think about all of the magical things that happen in our bodies as we are preparing, as we're preparing to be able to hold the babies in our bodies, and then two, after the babies have come into our bodies and we are preparing for our birthing experience with them, there is so much magic that happens. And I feel like there is this stereotype of like, it just is what it is, and there's not enough appreciation around how magical it is. And they're saying tap into the magic, tap into that space, because that's what's going to bring more joy and protection of your mind. They're saying protection of your mind. Okay, and we have something is coming to life. All things exist within all things. As infinite breaths lie dormant within each breath, all of creation lies dormant within each thought. Creation is the essence that gives life to matter through thought, will, or a hidden desire of the soul. Positive news is forthcoming. Something is about to manifest. Oh my goodness. So yes, this is your spirit babies coming through and saying, they are saying, thank you. This is all shifting now. They're bringing me more messages, so I'm just going to allow them to move through me. If you felt like maybe you have had some pregnancies that haven't gone full term, or maybe you haven't been able to get pregnant and you've been trying, they're saying that is all shifting. Trust in the magic of what is coming through, right? I am closer than yesterday. So all of this energy is moving through you to create exactly what you've always wanted, I'm hearing. You know, they say if there's something that you've wanted or that you really truly desire, it's because you've already experienced it on a higher timeline. Time is not linear. Everything that has happened, everything that will happen is all happening right now. So if you have, tried everything to get pregnant or to be able to carry a baby full term and things haven't worked out this far, know that things are shifting and that there's this energy of getting everyone else out of your head and tapping into you and what you know is true for self, and being able to bring that energy in. I hope that makes sense. There was a lot of energy that was coming through there, so I just was letting them channel through me. Okay, and then we have the winds of change, and we have 24, which reduces to 6, and 6 is harmony. 6 is a harmonizing. So there's movement. There are things that are happening. If you felt like, you know, you've been through some cycles and haven't been able to get out of those cycles, or maybe you've had some experiences with, like I said, not having babies come full term, or being able to birth babies into existence, into earth realm. They're saying, remember, I'm closer than yesterday. Really, I feel like this is all attached to others. There's so much outside energy coming through for this pile. So disconnect from what other people are telling you. You know, even to the point where let's say you have tried to get pregnant over and over and over again, and for some reason things are not working out, and it gets to a point where you feel like giving up, or there are people telling you to give up, like, oh, you should just do this instead, or you should just do that instead. Get them out of your head. Get them out of your head and tap into what you know and what you feel inside of you. And that's where the magic happens. That's where the magic happens. Okay, we have my small acts of kindness make a big difference. Yeah, and I feel like this is part of like the joy and with self. It's like, even in all of this like darkness, you see these dark umbrellas, there's this light shining, and this is your spirit baby coming through and saying, no, there's light. There is light. Maybe you feel like this is the end, and you are, you know, when you plant a seed and they grow through the darkness, and they might feel the overbearing weight of the soil on top of them, and then they break through into the light, and there's new life, and there's a blossoming. Oh my gosh, I think they used that word at the beginning of this. I can't remember because I channeled, but I do remember saying blossoming at one point. So interesting. Okay, and then we have be magnetized. Be magnetized. Yeah, I feel like this is you being in your power, trusting in you, being your vibrant self. You have so much joy to offer this world, and there's so much that wants to move through you. Your spirit baby wants you to know that they chose you as the portal. And sometimes spirit babies, they're channeling through me, so I'm just gonna allow it to come. Sometimes spirit babies, the souls that want to come through, need to have their vibrations shifted and lifted before they're able to come in. So there might be 1, 2, or 3 times that you've miscarried or haven't been able to bring, or not you, but the baby hasn't come into full term. And they're saying it was the soul of the baby. They chose to move through you in a cyclical motion so that they could come into the vibrancy of actually coming into earth realm. There was some energy that was shifting. So they are grateful for that, for those of you who have helped them rise. All right, and we have Earth Guardian. Earth Guardian. So stay grounded. Yeah, you know, when you are, not just y'all, but when anyone is like in their head and overthinking and connected to all of these outside energies that are not even yours, that are other people's, there's a disconnect that happens with the body, and there's a disconnect that happens in earth realm. So they're saying stay grounded, stay connected. If you have to play grounding frequencies, do so. If you need to get out and scrunch your feet in the grass, or walk through some mud or some sand, or if you just need to be out underneath the, you know, the light of the sun, whatever it is, they're saying ground your energy. There's some great meditations on YouTube that have grounding. You can tap into them to just get like a quick little 5-minute grounding experience, and they are very powerful. Okay, and then we have blissing. Yes, see, these blessings are coming to you, and it's like this angel up here. They're showing me these. Oh, they're showing me multiple. Look, there's 1, 2 here. Yeah, this is the cycle. Oh my gosh. I feel like those of you that chose this pile have experienced some miscarriages. And they're like, the soul was raising. You see how small it was there, and then it got bigger here. And it's like the mama is down here waiting, and they're like, we're so close. Don't let go. Don't let go. Keep finding that light within, and let go of everything else. Even surrender. They're showing me this figure again, just opening up and surrendering to a higher power. And I'll tell you, the more grounded you are, the more you're able to surrender and let go. Go out and hug a tree. I'm telling you, it is, if you've never done it before, it might feel really awkward and weird the first time. I'm not going to lie to you. And it'll also move some of that dense energy out of you that is not yours. And if you've done it before, you know what I'm talking about. It definitely is healing, and it just connects you in such a different way that once you are grounded and connected, you can soar much higher and purge and let go of everything that's holding you back on this journey. All right, any last messages for those that chose this pile? Well, they're saying, we hear you. We hear you. Okay, so this is very specific. They're saying anytime you talk down, anytime you are growing through some emotions, anytime you feel like you can't do it, they are hearing that, and they are wanting to be support for you, but they want you to put more energy into self, more love into self. Put a protection bubble around yourself. Call in Bastet. Years ago, I had a friend that gifted me with a little Bastet figure, and she has been this divine protection over our home. So maybe tap into that. And if you are not into like Egyptian deities or goddesses or anything like that, then maybe just surrender to your highest self. Surrender to the version of you that has already given birth and is experiencing. And they're saying tap into that more. They're like, yes, that's what we want. Tap into that more. Visualize yourself with them. Visualize yourself holding them, having them in your arms, feeding them, loving on them, being support for them. Visualize that and actually feel it. That's tapping into the quantum space. That's tapping into quantum healing. And they're saying just visualize and feel like the baby or babies are already here, and that will help support you through this. Okay. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Until next time. Adios.